What if you could triple the number of sales calls your business handles every single day, all without hiring a single new salesperson? Imagine waking up to find your calendar filled with qualified meetings, your CRM updated with detailed prospect information, and your sales pipeline growing consistently, all while your team focuses on what they do best: closing deals. This isn't some fantasy. It's exactly what's happening for businesses that implement the right AI automation systems for their sales process. Over the past year, I've helped over a dozen businesses transform their sales operations using AI. And one client went from handling 50 sales calls per week to over 150 with the exact same team size. Another reduced their cost per qualified meeting by 72% while increasing their close rate by 23%. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to triple your sales calls without hiring anyone using AI sales infrastructures. I'll walk you through the complete step-by-step process I've used to help businesses across 7 different industries handle more sales conversations. And by the end of this video, you have a clear blueprint for building your own AI sales infrastructure system, even if you have zero technical experience or are completely new to AI. Scaling your sales operation has been one of the most challenging aspects of growing a business. The conventional approach is straightforward but problematic. To handle more sales conversations, you hire more salespeople. But this approach creates several significant challenges. Challenge number 1, the linear scaling problem. Traditional sales scaling is linear. To double your sales capacity, you need to double your team size. This means doubling your salary costs, doubling your management complexity, doubling your training and onboarding time, doubling your office space and equipment, and this linear relationship between team size and capacity creates a ceiling on how quickly you can scale. Challenge number 2 is the consistency problem. As sales teams grow, maintaining consistent quality becomes increasingly difficult. Different salespeople have different styles and approaches. Training and knowledge transfer become more complex. Messaging and positioning can drift across the team. Best practices are often siloed with the top performers, and this inconsistency leads to variable results and makes it difficult to optimize your sales process. Challenge number 3 is the data fragmentation problem. With larger teams, capturing and leveraging sales conversation data becomes challenging. Conversations happen across multiple channels, note-taking and documentation vary by a salesperson, and insights from one conversation don't inform others. Patterns and opportunities are often missed, and these challenges create a seemingly impossible situation. You need more sales conversations to grow, but the traditional approach to scaling creates as many problems as it solves. And this is exactly where AI sales infrastructures come in. By implementing the right AI systems, you can break the linear relationship between team size and sales capacity, allowing you to handle significantly more sales conversations without proportionally growing your team. But to achieve these results, you need more than just a few AI tools. You need a complete system designed to transform your entire sales process. Part number 1, the AI sales infrastructure framework. Before we dive into the specific tools and implementation steps, let's understand the framework that makes effective AI sales automation possible. The framework consists of 5 key components that work together as an integrated system. Component number 1 is a lead engagement automation. This component handles the initial engagement with leads, ensuring every potential opportunity receives prompt, personalized attention. It includes instant response to new leads, initial qualification and routing, personalized outreach at scale, and multi-channel engagement. Component number 2 is the meeting scheduling automation. This component streamlines the process of getting qualified prospects onto your calendar, and it includes automated calendar management, intelligent scheduling based on lead quality, reminder and confirmation systems, and rescheduling and follow-up capabilities. Component number 3 is the pre-call intelligence. This component ensures your team is fully prepared for every sales conversation, and it includes the following: automated research on prospects, preparation of talking points and questions, competitive intelligence gathering, plus objection anticipation and handling. Component number 4 is the co-enhancement and augmentation. This component improves the quality and effectiveness of sales conversations. It includes real-time information retrieval, objection handling assistance, pricing and proposal generation, and next steps and action items. And last but not least, component number 5, the post-call automation. This component ensures effective follow-up and continuous improvement, and it includes the following: automated target call summarization, follow-up sequence initiation, a CRM updating and task creation, and analysis and insight generation. So here's a little demo of how it all works in practice with a real call sample. I'm right on my website and I'll just fill out a form. Email, tell us about your company. I help entrepreneurs install AI-powered sales systems. What's your revenue like? And when do you want to start? And on the next page, there's going to be an opportunity for me to book a call, but I'm not going to do that. And AI will be giving me a call in just a minute. And you can program it to take 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes after a lead signs up. We give it a minute, and if they don't book an appointment here on that page, they'll be receiving a call to pre-qualify them.
Hi, Simeon. How have you been?
I've been good. Who's calling?
This is Lyra from WellGrow. You just filled out an application on our website, and I wanted to ask a couple of quick questions to see how we can help.
Sure, yeah.
Great. You mentioned that you help entrepreneurs install AI-powered sales systems. Your revenue is between $10K to $50K per month, and you're looking to leverage AI within 30 days. Do any of these details need updating?
No, that's pretty accurate.
Perfect. Could you share your company website with me?
Yeah, it's wellgrow.io.
Thanks. Let me take a quick look at your site. One moment. Just checking back. Simeon, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here, yeah.
Thanks for waiting. How are you currently using AI in your business?
I'm currently not using it as much as I wanted to, but that's why we're talking. I suppose you guys do some sort of AI voice and chat agents, and I just wanted to learn more about that.
Got it. What's been holding you back from fully diving into AI so far?
I mean, I don't know if the return on investment will be there, as the technology seems clunky. There's a lot of hype around it, and I don't know if there's going to be any utility for my business that I can get practical use of that's going to bring me more money.
That makes sense. ROI is a big concern. What's the single biggest challenge in your business right now that you think AI could help solve?
We generate a lot of leads through advertising, especially on Facebook, but they seem to be tire kickers and they waste our time. We're following up, we're texting them, but not a lot has been coming in terms of booked appointments. So we were looking into installing a solution that maybe can help us nurture those leads better and get more deals done.
Thanks for sharing that. It sounds like lead nurturing and conversion are areas where AI could make a big impact. Let's set up a time to dive deeper. How about Thursday, March 20th at 10 a.m. Bangkok time, or Friday, March 21st at 2 p.m. Bangkok time? Do either of those work for you?
Yeah, book me in for 2 p.m. That's great. Thank you.
Just to confirm, you'd like to book the appointment for Friday, March 21st at 2 p.m. Bangkok time, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me lock that in for you. One moment. Thanks for your patience, Simeon. Let me finalize that appointment for you now. One moment.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The second component is an AI automated follow-up system that never forgets to reach out. And let's be honest, follow-up is where most sales processes break down. Your sales team gets busy, they forget to follow up, or they give up too soon. And studies show that it takes an average of 8 touches to get a response from a prospect. But most salespeople give up after just 2. And even if you try to contact your leads as soon as they come in and you try to manually do it, most people are not going to respond on that first try. And that's where the AI system comes in. With it, every lead automatically gets a personalized follow-up sequence via email, SMS, and even voice calls, texts, and literally every channel. And the system tracks engagement, adjusts the messaging based on how the prospect responds, and never misses a follow-up. And here's how we currently have it set up. And now whether they book an appointment or not, we have a system that follows up with them up to 8 different times, sending them different automations, different messages, making the calls, making sure that we extract the information and transcript of every single call with the details of the caller, of what has happened during the conversation. So there's no leads that slip through the crack. The third component is an AI system that books appointments directly into your sales team's calendar. And once the lead is qualified and has been properly nurtured through the follow-up of our AI agents, either through text, email, social media, or voice, the AI transitions into appointment setting mode. It negotiates a time that works for both your prospect and your sales rep, sends calendar invites, or directly books them in if it's a voice conversation. And it even sends them reminder messages to reduce the no-show, sends them more content to pre-qualify them, and even calls them an hour before the appointment just to remind them that it's up and coming. This means your sales team only spends time talking to highly qualified, ready to buy prospects, no more wasted calls with tire kickers or people who are simply not a good fit. And once the appointment is in your calendar, our AI research agent actually goes out to find information about the prospect and updates about their company, what they've been up to, and actually updates our notes in our CRM so we go prepared into our call. That saves you a lot of time, energy, and money on activities that are wasting your time. And now that AI has booked the appointment through the voice conversation, it actually goes out there and does the research on our behalf. And it normally takes a couple of minutes as it's doing research real time. And as you can see, it extracted information about me without me lifting my finger. So it did background research on me, found recent content and publications of what I'm doing, what I'm working on, social media and blogs, where I'm active, what I'm doing, what are the current projects that I'm focused on, what is my background. Really extracted a lot of information that is going to help me build rapport on that call. So this is all automatic. Literally, somebody filled out a form, I called them, pre-qualified them, confirmed the details they've submitted via the form, did the research, and now we have a separate agent that's going to wait for 1 hour before the appointment, and it's going to give them a call to remind them. And now I'm going to actually force the action to happen so you can see real time how it's going to call me. In the meantime, I'm getting follow-up messages via email, via text, and getting nurture content to help me make an easier decision or research on the company I'm going to be talking to. So as you can see, the agent is now making another call to confirm and remind us about our appointment.
Hey Simeon, this is Samantha from WellGrow. Just wanted to check in, are we still good to meet in about an hour? Does that time still work for you?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much for calling me to bring up the appointment.
Awesome, Simeon. Thanks for confirming. I'll see you then. Have a great one.
As you can see, the agent just called me, confirmed the appointment, and made sure that I'm going to show up. And you can do all sorts of crazy things by combining different automations, stacks, updating custom fields, and extracting information from the call, giving your AI agent access to the internet, and connecting it all in that one hub that we're talking about. Now, here's where the real magic happens, the integration between these three components. Most businesses that try to implement AI sales automation and fail is because they either don't have enough lead flow coming in or simply because they use disconnected tools. They might have a chatbot here on their website, an email automation tool that's separate from whatever they're doing, another tool for their calendar system, but these tools don't talk to each other, creating a disjointed experience for the prospect that usually experiences slight delays, which in turn leads to a lot of prospects lost. The key to the infinite money glitch is creating a seamless flow between the lead qualification, follow-up, and appointment setting process. And the prospect should feel like they're having a continuous conversation with your company, not jumping between different systems. And this is achieved through what I call the Central Intelligence Hub, a custom-built integration that connects all your sales tools and create a unified view of each prospect. The Central Intelligence Hub tracks every interaction, learns from successful conversations, and continuously optimizes the sales process. It knows exactly when to follow up, what messages to send, and when to transition from nurturing to close. It seamlessly switches between channels such as voice, text, email, and even has a recollection and memory of the calls you've had with your prospects in the past. And we've went on and built an incredible support documentation to make sure that you can customize and build those agents yourself. We have the custom tools extraction, the AI voice agents and how you build them, best practices, how to make the calls, and the actual agents, they're all organized in one place where you have a central hub of being able to look at the communication, look at what's happening, extract all the values from every single conversation, and never miss a lead, whether they come through social media, whether they come directly through a website, whether they come through a call. You have everything organized all in one place, making it super easy to be able to nurture your prospects and ensure that you're bringing in revenue through your marketing and sales efforts. And as you can see here within the hub, we have the inbox and we have the call center where we can actually listen to the past conversations. So when we come to the call list, I can come back and I can listen through the entire conversation. I can see the transcript. I can see what has happened. I can listen to the contact. and modify my agent on the go. Hope you really see how powerful this is. The power of this framework comes from the integration of these components. When they work together as a system, they create a sales flywheel that continuously improves over time. And a quick announcement from today's sponsor, which is me. For business owners drowning in manual follow-ups and missed opportunities, I've opened up a few spots for my AI growth infrastructure program where we install systems that qualify and capture leads 24/7, 365 through voice, text, and email, even while you sleep. All done for you. We will work together to refine the system and perfect it to fit like a glove to your business, and it's ideal for businesses that are already spending money on marketing and lead generation. So if you're already getting inbound leads and want to tighten things up, make sure you click the link below, fill out the information, and we'll contact you to see if you're a good fit. Part number 2 is lead engagement automation, which simply means using AI to ensure every lead receives prompt, personalized attention. Step number 1 is to have the instant response automation. Start by implementing systems for immediate lead engagement. Number 1 could be the website chat automation, and you can use Wellgrow to create an intelligent chat system. It engages website visitors instantly, asks qualifying questions, answering common questions from your knowledge base, and routing qualified leads appropriately. Number 2 would be the form submission response, where you could automate responses to form submissions. And then you can send personalized acknowledgement immediately, begin a qualification process, and provide relevant information based on interest, or simply set expectations for next steps. Number 3 would be the inbound inquiry handling, and you can implement AI responses which analyze the inquiry content, create conversational personalized responses, include relevant resources from your frequently asked questions database, if any, and initiate the appropriate follow-up sequence. Step number 2 would be the qualification automation. Next, implement an AI-driven qualification process. Number 1, qualification conversation design. You start by creating a conversation flows that ask key qualifying questions, adapt based on responses, and handle objections and concerns real time. And last but not least, determine the lead quality and next steps. Number 2 would be the multi-channel qualification, where we implement qualification across multiple different channels. That could be your website chat, as we already discussed, phone calls, inbound and outbound, text exchanges, social media DMs, or any other channel that's connected to your AI conversational agents. Number 3 would be scoring and routing, and this system is developed to get lead scoring based on qualification responses, recency of the incoming lead, routing to the appropriate team members or sequences, and prioritization based on potential value for your business, as well as timing optimization for follow-up if you're working international. Step number 3 would be the personalized outreach automation, and here you can implement systems for personalized outreach at scale. Number 1 would be the prospect research automation, and you can use AI to gather information such as company details and recent use, individual role and background, social media activity and interests, and potential pain points and needs that you could discuss on the meeting and call. Second would be the personalized message generation, and you can create customized outreach messages and templates for every single prospect that comes into your pipeline that are industry specific, role relevant, and offering a clear value proposition, and have personalized references and examples. You could also match the timing to prospects' behavior and interaction with your process. Number 3 is the multi-channel coordination, where you could orchestrate outreach across multiple different channels. So you could have sequenced email campaigns, coordinated LinkedIn outreach in connection to all new prospects, timed SMS follow-up, and retargeting ad alignment. By implementing these 3 steps, you create a lead engagement system that ensures every potential opportunity receives prompt, personalized attention without requiring additional team members. Now, let's move on to automating the meeting scheduling process. Part number 3 is setting up meeting scheduling automation. The second component of our framework is meeting scheduling automation, using AI to streamline the process of getting qualified prospects onto your calendar. Step number 1 here is intelligent calendar management. Start by implementing AI-driven calendar management. Create availability optimization using AI to check your calendar at all times, analyze empty slots, lock focus work time, and group meetings efficiently. That helps you preserve energy for high-value conversations and organizes your meetings back-to-back, always pushing for the soonest available time. Number 2 is to have the meeting type configuration, where you can create different meeting types. You could have discovery calls for new prospects, demos for qualified opportunities, or solution discussions for advanced prospects, and decision meetings for closing conversations. And you can have the AI route those to the different calendars based on where the people are in their journey. Number 3 could be the team coordination, where you could implement systems for team calendar management. So you can have load balancing across team members, skill-based routing based on form responses, capacity management, and backup and overflow handling. Step number 2 would be automated scheduling processes. Next, implement frictionless scheduling systems. Number 1 could be direct scheduling, where you create contextual booking options. And this could be qualification-based routing, value-based prioritization, channel-specific links, campaign-specific scheduling, or all of the above. Number 2 would be the AI scheduling assistants, where you implement conversational scheduling using natural language scheduling via DMs, chat-based agents and appointment setters, and voice-based calendar booking. And all of these could be integrated to preference-based time suggestions that directly book people into your calendars. Number 3 is creating the integrated booking experience, where you create seamless scheduling for every prospect that comes into your pipeline. And you can have in-chat booking options that don't send a link to the calendar but book people directly in, DMs integrated scheduling, which does the same thing, and one-click confirmation just by saying yes, that time works for me. This creates a very positive mobile optimized experience that is ideal for today's landscape where people don't want to switch from channel to channel. Step number 3 would be the confirmation and preparation systems. Here you can implement systems to maximize show-up rates and preparation before the call, because every prospect would naturally have tons of questions that they would want to ask. So you could have number 1, intelligent confirmation sequences, where you create adaptive confirmations, the timing based on meeting proximity. So depending whether it's 24, 72 or more hours, you could be sending them relevant information during that. You could have channel-based preferences. So for example, if they come from YouTube, you send them a lot less content versus if they come from Instagram, you gotta warm them up. You could also have engagement-based messaging, that if they open up your content, you send them more of it, and if they don't, you don't. You also have value reinforcement, where you cement what they're coming in for and just beat over it until they show up to the appointment. Step number 2 here would be the pre-meeting value delivery, where you automate the value before the actual meeting happens. This really aids with your existing sales team, as it helps by sending the relevant resources based on interest, personalized agenda suggestions, and call preparation recommendations. It also helps set the expectations for the salesperson. Number 3 is the no-show prevention, and here you can implement systems to reduce the no-shows and cancellations, which are sky high during today's economy and how things are going. And here you can monitor engagement. Are they opening up and replying to the nurture texts? Are they proactive in terms of getting to the call? Are they asking questions, sharing information prior to it, or they just ghost as soon as they've booked? And to increase attendance, you could also have value reinforcement prior to call, and also easy confirmation to the appointments by directly adding them to their Google Calendar. And by implementing these 3 steps, you create a meeting scheduling system that maximizes both the quality and the quantity of sales conversations that your team is having without requiring manual coordination or follow-up. Now, let's look at how to ensure your team is fully prepared for every sales conversation. Part number 4 is building your pre-call intelligence system. The third component of our framework is the pre-call intelligence, using AI to ensure your team is fully prepared for every sales conversation. Step number 1 here is the automated prospect research. And here you start by implementing AI-driven research process, leveraging tools such as Exa AI or Perplexity, where first you do a company research automation to gather organizational intelligence. You can look at company size, structure, and financials, as well as recent news and developments and projects that the company is working on, specific industry trends and challenges that you can reference in your sales conversations, and competitive positioning against the other players in the market. The second part here is the individual research automation, where you can collect personal insights about the person that has booked an appointment with your business. And that could be role and responsibilities, so you know if you're talking to senior management or C-level executives. You could look at their professional background, as well as any content and social media activity that you can have, referencing it on the call. You could also look for shared connections and interests that you can mention on the call to build rapport faster. Number 3 would be the relationship intelligence, where you can map the relationship context by looking at previous interaction with your company, engagement with your content, pre-existing connections to existing customers within the same industry or adjacent businesses, and relevant mutual interests that you can reference. Step number 2 would be to generate a sales brief. We implement the automated brief creation by a few simple steps. First, we have the comprehensive brief templates, where we create a structured formats that the AI LLM models are following, where we extract key prospect information, relevant talking points, potential pain points, as well as competitive considerations. And last but not least, recommended approach to handle the sales conversation. Second, we have the personalized content selection, and here you can automatically include relevant case case studies, testimonials from similar companies, industry-specific messaging, and role-appropriate value propositions. Number 3 would be the visual brief creation, where we generate easy-to-consume formats. We create a one-page summary documents that we can send to them prior to the call or share our screen if we're doing a video interactive call on Zoom. We can create a mobile-friendly format just with bullet points and visual relationship maps that makes it easy for both parties to discuss different topics. It also helps you highlight key points and helps show that extra effort and dedication that's super important in today's landscape. Step number 3 would be the objection and anticipation preparation for the call. And here you can implement systems to prepare for likely objections. You can create an objection prediction using AI to anticipate concerns such as industry-specific objections, role-based concerns, or stage-appropriate hesitations that might come up. Also, competitive positioning issues and other players referenced during the call. Number 2 would be the response preparation, where you could automatically prepare customized objection handlers, different content pieces that go over those objections, and relevant social proof that you can go over on the call that are going to help you increase your close rates. You could also add data and evidence points that would make everything a lot more believable, especially when shared with backed up data. And you can have comparison frameworks and graphics to look at. Number 3 would be the question preparation, and here you can generate strategic questions to help you build rapport faster and uncover the specific problems you can solve with your product or service. You prepare discovery questions based on the research, clarification questions for potential concerns, and qualification questions for specific scenarios. You could also have commitment questions aligned with the objectives of the organization, and by implementing these 3 steps, you create a pre-call intelligence system that ensures that your sales team is fully prepared for a very little amount of time, and you have every sales conversation at the utmost importance, showing your potential clients that you're going the extra mile. Now let's look at how to enhance the actual sales conversations. Part number 5 would be implementing the call enhancement and augmentation, and it could be as simple as creating a custom GPT. And the 4th component of our framework is call enhancement and augmentation, using AI to improve the quality and effectiveness of our sales conversations in real time. Step number 1 could be setting up a real-time information retrieval that has access to all of the existing information about your business. And here you can start by implementing systems for instant information access, and that could be something as simple as a custom GPT. We could start with a knowledge-based integration, connecting everything to your information sources such as product and service details, pricing and packaging options, technical specifications and information, and different policies and procedures. Number 2 would be the ability to have a contextual search, and you can do that by implementing the intelligent retrieval system, where we can have a conversation-aware searching. We could have anticipatory information surfacing, meaning that we're prepared before the call, so we organize the relevant information prior to it. And we could also have the relevance ranked results, meaning what would be the most appropriate solution for that particular prospect. And we could format the appropriate presentation using a tool like Gamma to organize everything in a clean, precise way, just like the presentation I'm having right now. And number 3 would be the competitive intelligence, where you provide real-time competitive insights and direct comparison points of how, by leveraging your product or service, they could differentiate from competitors and benefit from using your solution. And this way you can handle competitive mentions against other companies they're talking to versus recent competitor integrations that would help them stand out. Step number 2 would be to have the conversation guidance during the sales conversation. And you can implement the conversation support in a few simple steps. You could have the next best action suggestions, providing you with what questions to ask based on responses, topics to introduce or explore, signals of interest or concern, appropriate next steps, and objection handling assistance, where you can offer support real-time, recognizing different objection types, providing effective responses, and suggesting supporting evidence or resources that already exist for your business, as well as recommending follow-up questions. And this gives you the opportunity identification, where you can help spot selling opportunities. You can identify needs, you get pain point recognition, as well as expansion possibilities and opportunities for cross-sell and upsell moments. Step number number 3 would be the proposal and quote generation system that streamlines the entire process from A to Z. And by implementing systems for real-time proposal creation, you can shorten the gap and ultimately close a lot more deals because people with money love speed. And this dynamic solution configuration helps you create customized solutions that are needs-based, feature and benefit aligned with everything they've said on the sales call, and offer the appropriate service levels, as well as the implementation consideration and the duration. You can then leverage AI to create a visual presentation and automatically create custom slide decks and proposals. And I'm using Gamma, just like the presentation you're seeing right now on the screen. And it helps you visualize your solutions, include ROI calculations, have the implementation timeline, and make everything look a lot more professional. You can also use pricing optimization by seeing what already exists on the web and what is the average prices your competitors are charging. And this gives you a reference point where you can offer a value-based pricing suggestion, have discount recommendations, package optimization by scanning the internet and what everybody else is doing. And this gives you a competitive positioning as you're fully aware at all times what's going on in the marketplace. And by implementing these 3 extra steps, you create a call enhancement system that improves the quality and effectiveness of every single sales conversation. And this system only needs to be set up once while allowing your team to perform at their highest level consistently with minimal effort on their side. Now let's look at how to automate the post-call process. Part number 6 is setting up the post-call automation. The 5th component of our framework is the post-call automation, and here we're using AI to ensure effective follow-up and continuous improvement after each sales conversation. Step number 1 would be the automated call summarization, and here you can start by implementing AI-driven call documentation and have a conversation recording and transcription of every single call automatically. You record all calls with permission, generate accurate transcriptions that you can then analyze with AI, timestamps of key moments that you can reference in the future, as well as identifying key decision makers and people that were associated with the sales conversation. Step number 2 would be the key point extraction, and here you can use AI to identify main topics discussed, questions asked and answers given, and objections that were raised or unanswered, as well as commitments made on both sides. Or if it reaches that stage, the next steps that are agreed upon. You could also have the CRM ready summary creation, where we generate structured summary after every single meeting with an executive overview, especially if you have appointment setters, and a call close, detailed notes organized by topic, action items with assignments to the relevant parties or people that need to be involved in the sales process, as well as follow-up requirements. And this gives you a massive opportunity for assessment and constantly improving your sales process and training your sales team. Step number 2 would be the intelligent follow-up automation. Next, implement these follow-up systems. Number 1 would be the follow-up sequence selection, where you could automatically choose the appropriate sequence based on call outcome, different personalization elements such as relevant content to be sent out, timing and cadence depending on anything that was mentioned on the call, as well as a channel mix. Step number 2 would be the personalized content creation, where you could create a customized follow-up with call-specific references, answers to pending questions, and especially recording content around it, sending relevant resources that are already existing based on the discussion, and creating personalized next steps. Number 3 would be the multi-channel orchestration, where you could coordinate follow-up across several different channels. You could have email sequences going out, you could have LinkedIn engagement, as well as regular content schedule and text message follow-up from the sales rep by sharing more relevant content to nurture the prospects over time. Step number 3 would be the analysis and insight generation that could help you in the future. And here you can implement systems for continuous improvement. You could have the conversations analytics automatically analyze talk to listen ratios, question frequency and the types of questions, objection patterns, and engagement indicators that show you successful versus non-successful deals. Having all of these in place is going to allow you to prepare a better pre-call protocol to send the relevant information, objections, testimonials prior to the actual call to ease the burden on your sales team and help them convert a lot higher percentages. Now let's look at how to integrate these components into a cohesive system using WellGrow and a few complementary tools. Part number 7 is building your integrated AI sales system. And the real power of AI sales automation comes from integrating all of the 5 components into a cohesive system from start to finish. So let's look at how how to build this integrated system using WellGrow and Go High Level as your core platform. You could use any other platform out there, by the way. This is just for illustration purposes. Step number 1 is setting up your central hub, and you start by establishing your central sales hub automation by the following. You set up your knowledge base, and you can train the AI models with your essential information such as product and service details, pricing and packaging information, as well as common objections and responses. You could add relevant case studies and success stories and information about how you position yourself against competitors. You can then create a workflow configuration where you can set up your sales workflows through the lead engagement sequences, the qualification processes from start to finish, the meeting scheduling flows, the follow-up sequences, and setting up analysis and reporting so you get extraction out of every conversation and every call. Number 3 is the integration setup, and you essentially connect WellGrow to your other tools, and that could be your CRM, email platform, and calendar system. And we have a native integration with Go High Level that helps us organize and coordinate everything all in one place, where we have our meeting tools, communication channels, email provider, everything under one roof. Step number 2 is creating the automated sales workflows. Here we need to establish the end-to-end workflows for the different sales scenarios. Number 1, we have the inbound lead workflow, where we set up the complete flow from the initial lead engagement and qualification to the meeting scheduling, to the pre-call research and preparation, to then having the call enhancement component, as well as the post-call follow-up and analysis. Number 2 is the outbound prospecting workflow, where we create an end-to-end process that uses target identification, personalizes outreach, helps us monitor engagement and qualification, does meeting coordination for us, and helps us with conversation support and follow-up. Number 3 would be the existing customer workflows, where we establish expansion processes. Here we could see what is the current usage and satisfaction of our current users. You could spot opportunity identifications based on the past data on your customer list, and we could also do proactive engagement by reactivating that database. That helps us re-engage some of our past clients and also allows us to implement success tracking for the future by integrating everything to AI. Step number 3 would be to implement a feedback loop to circle back and create something that builds off of its momentum. And creating that feedback loop makes our system a lot smarter over time. First, we have the performance data integration, and we just feed results back into our system. So for example, we feed our successful conversations versus the ones that are not successful. We look at engagement metrics based on the follow-up protocols we have. We look at conversion rates and revenue impact of the integration with that system. So we position it against the manual approach versus the AI one. Second, we have the approach refinement, where we use performance data to improve our messaging and positioning, look at our qualification criteria, help us with objection handling, organize our proposal generation strategies, and we have to understand that there's a continuous evolvement protocol where we have to identify successful patterns, the new technologies that are coming in, recognize the ineffective approaches. After all, things are changing by the day, so what's working today is not going to work tomorrow, so you have to continuously adapt to market changes, and you have to start now because you got to build your system in a way that it's AI friendly, meaning that you can bolt things on top of it. And by building this integrated system, you create a sales flywheel that continuously improves, and each conversation informs the next, making your entire system a lot more effective over time. Now let's address some common challenges and how to overcome them. Implementing an AI sales infrastructure isn't without its challenges, so let's address the most common ones and how to overcome them. Challenge number 1 is maintaining the human touch. Many businesses worry that automation will make their sales process feel impersonal or robotic, which sometimes could be the case. And the solution here is simple: strategic automation and augmentation of already working processes. And here we start with selective automation, meaning that we automate the right elements. We automate administrative tasks such as scheduling, documentation, or the tedious boring processes that your team spends a lot of unproductive time on. Second, we have the initial qualification, which makes a lot of sense, and also basic information delivery, as well as the routine follow-up, as these are generally things that we as humans forget to do. Second, we have the human AI collaboration, which is super important, and we need to implement a partnership model, as I call it. AI handles the preparation and support, and humans manage the relationship building and complex decisions. The AI supports the human capabilities, and the humans provide a feedback loop to improve the AI over time. Number 3 is the personality infusion, where you can maintain your unique voice even with AI. And for that to happen, you need to train your AI with your your actual communication style, best practices, guidelines, conversations, and you have to include personal touches in the automated messages as well. You could start by simply creating templates that reflect your brand personality, and allowing for that level of customization is a super key point to make the AI sound more natural. Another very common challenge is the resistance from existing sales team members who fear automation will replace them or reduce their value. And the solution here is very simple. It's about empowerment and focus implementation that's going to allow them to actually make a lot more spending their time on the right activities. And here we focus on augmentation by positioning the AI as a sales superpower. We demonstrate how AI eliminates tedious tasks, show how it helps them prepare more effectively, and highlight how it allows to focus on high value activities. We also emphasize the improved results and commissions because now they can spend more time talking to qualified prospects rather than doing mundane work. The next component is the collaborative development, and it's super important to involve the entire team in the creation of the AI. So we have to get their input on pain points and opportunities, incorporate their best practices, and allow for customization based on the individual sales preferences so we can adapt the AI to their needs. We also have to celebrate their contributions to the system, as now they feel part of the team and contributing to the growth of the business as a whole and implementing new technologies and systems. And we also need to highlight the improved outcomes, so that's why it's very important to track and share performance improvements that gets everybody on the team to be a lot more bought in, as well as recognize the team members who leverage the system effectively to get a lot higher percentage of people actually leveraging the AI and not trying to push it out. Continuous training and best practices are super important, sharing ways to leverage it, what's working right now, and showing them how they can increase their earning capacity within your existing organization by simply leveraging the technology in better and smarter ways. Now, challenge number 3 is the integration complexity, which is something that every organization will face just because we're moving to cloud-based platforms, and we need to create a cohesive system that is AI friendly. The solution here is to have phased implementation and integrating tools one at a time, not trying to replace and change everything because that causes chaos both for you, your existing team, as well as the vendors you're working with, because they're not going to know where to start. So my suggestion here is to start with the core components. Always begin with the highest impact elements such as lead engagement, meeting scheduling, basic follow-up, and lead enrichment. Number 2 is to use integration platforms and use tools that already connect with the different systems. Here you could use Zapier, Make.com, N8N, or native API connections that allow your existing systems to connect to everything out there, or you could use custom integrations where necessary. We've decided on our simple tool stack that allows us to use a CRM as well as with the WellGrow platform on top of it to automate a lot of the things we're doing, as well as using third-party tools such as Perplexity, Make.com, and a few more AI-powered tools that allows us to bolt on everything in one place. Now, the next step that's important is to have incremental expansion, and that means to add capabilities gradually only once you've had success with one scenario. Don't try to improve and change everything, just add components one at a time. Build on successful elements and continuously refine the connections. And by addressing these challenges proactively, you can implement AI sales automation successfully without burdening your team or avoiding the pitfalls that cause some of the implementation fails we've seen. Now, let's look at how to measure the success of your AI sales automation system. It's super important to measure the success and the ROI of your system. And to ensure your AI sales automation system is delivering value, you need to measure its effectiveness and impact across multiple dimensions. Metric category number 1 is the volume and capacity metrics. Start by measuring the increase in sales capacity. You can track the conversation volume, and here you can track increases in the number of leads that are engaged, the qualification conversations you're having on a daily basis, as well as the sales meetings that are conducted as a direct result of the AI, and also the follow-ups that were completed and relevant resources that were sent to all the prospects in the pipeline. Second thing to measure is the time efficiency, and here you can measure the time savings. How much hours are saved per each individual sales rep? What is the reduction in administrative tasks on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis? What is the increase in selling time, because this is the highest valuable asset for your sales team? And what are the response times for follow-up and establishing initial rapport and contact with each prospect? You can then track the coverage expansion, and you can simply track the expanded reach. What is the after-hour engagement looking like? What is the geographic expansion? Can you tap into different regions that prior to that you weren't able to? Can you create market segmentation covering by having multiple agents tackling those as a solution? And could you expand on multiple channels now that you have that extra free time to deploy to leverage your human team's energy? Now, the second thing is the metric category, where we look at the quality and conversion metrics. Here we measure the impact on sales effectiveness. Number one, we have the qualification quality, where we track improvements in lead qualification accuracy, meeting show-up rates, prospect preparation levels, as well as conversation readiness. Number two, we have the conversion metrics, where we measure outcome improvements. First, we have the conversion rate at each pipeline stage. We have the overall close rate of the organization, as well as the average deal size and what is the sales cycle length. Normally, the AI really aids with the sales cycle end because we're able to front load a lot more nurturing mechanisms to help us get that revenue in faster, which leads me to the next thing, which is the revenue impact that we're measuring. Here, you can track specific business results such as total revenue generated from your systems, revenue per sales rep, and you want to always push that number higher and also show them that their earning capacity is increasing, and also trying to reduce the customer acquisition cost because you have a system that is nurturing them, as well as the return on investment, because at the end of the day, all of these systems cost money. And finally, we measure the impact on experience on both the customers and your team. So we look at what is the customer experience like, and we track the satisfaction by a few simple things. We look at response time and availability, as well as personalization and relevance, and also the conversation quality, and overall the sales experience for every prospect. Second, and probably more important, is the team satisfaction. And here we measure the impact on the sales team activity and satisfaction with the systems and protocols. Were we able to reduce the administrative burden? And did we allow for them to focus on the high value activities that move the needle forward with the business, as well as giving them the confidence and preparation before every sales meeting? And it's important to always have the learning and improvement in the protocol as well, so we can track the system's evolution and always expand on our knowledge base. Always looked at the conversation's quality to improve it over time and add relevant script injections, and also focus on the objection handling effectiveness by creating more personalized content and objection handling practices that the AI can adopt. And by tracking these metrics comprehensively, you can demonstrate the ROI of your AI sales automation system and identify opportunities for further optimization. Now let's look at a practical roadmap to get you started. And by the way, if you want us to install this for you and help you get going faster, make sure you click the link in the description below to book a call and see if we can help. Here's your 90-day implementation roadmap. Based on my experience helping businesses implement AI sales automation, here is a practical 90-day roadmap to get you started. Days 1 to 30, we have the foundation building phase. And here we start by establishing your foundation. On week 1, we assess your current protocols and plan for what's going to happen in the future. We audit your current sales process, identify the highest impact opportunities that are also going to be the easiest to implement, and define success metrics for each implementation. We also create an implementation plan that's realistic based on your team's availability as well as the technological resources you have available. And then for week 2, we look at the core tool setup, whether it's going to be setting up new accounts for the new systems you're going to be leveraging, or it's going to be integrating to existing systems, or bolting things on such as SynFlow, VAPI AI, retail, or handling custom integrations via Make.com and Zapier. It's important to configure those initial settings and then connect the essential integrations to accomplish the tasks at hand. We also import existing sales materials and information to create that initial knowledge base that we can train the AI off of. And then weeks 3 to 4, we look at the first component implementation. We select one high impact component, which is usually the lead engagement or meeting scheduling, and we focus on that rigorously to improve it over time and at least double to even triple the impact it has on our business. We create the templates, the conversational flows, the AI chat and voice agents, and we implement the initial automation to start handling those tasks, and we test and refine the process with real people going through the system. Days 31 to 60, we focus on expansion and integration. Here we have to expand your capabilities and integrate your existing systems to more things that are available out there. In week 5 to 6, we look at additional components that we could add. We normally add 1 or 2 more components, such as creating a proposal generator, onboarding sequence, and implementing process-specific automations that help you eliminate more administrative tasks. We'll look at the different workflows that we can integrate and bolt onto. And in week 7 and 8, we make sure that we're training the team and having the adoption to actually use all of the things we've built and technologies we're using. We then train the team to actually use the system. Then we get our feedback from them and make adjustments, because the reality is that the system's not going to be great out of the box. And then we create adoption incentives. So the more people leverage the AI systems, the more we help them earn and give them different bonuses and rewards or even recognition internally. That's how we develop the best practices for our AI integration, and we push those internally. Week 9 would be the full workflow integration, where we connect with our CRM and other tools to make sure that everything is working simultaneously and the different systems are connected with each other. And this helps us create end-to-end workflows and create different analytics and reporting statistics and feed them off of each other, which establishes quality control processes and helps us measure the actual impact of the AI systems we've just integrated. Between days 61 and 90, you could focus on optimization and scaling your system, and it's finally time for you to optimize your system and scale your operations. On week 10, you can have the performance analysis and you can review the initial results, also identify improvement opportunities, look at your benchmark against goals, and adjust your strategies based on data. Week 11 to 12, you could add some advanced features or good to haves. You could implement A/B testing, for example, having multiple voice agents or adding advanced personalization, or the good bells and whistles as we like to call it. You could also enhance the conversation intelligence, because at this point you've already had enough to feed them back to your AI, and you can now implement predictive capabilities based on all of your sales call recordings to improve your sales script as well. Week 13, you can scale and plan for the future by increasing volume of marketing spend across all channels, because now you have a system to nurture the prospects at scale. You can look at document processes and learnings and create team SOPs to train everybody on the advanced features you now have the capabilities of leveraging, as well as create a roadmap for the future enhancement and improvements of the system, and look at different tools you can be bolting onto the existing system and integrating third-party providers that can help you with that. And this 90-day roadmap provides you with a structured approach to implementing AI sales automation without overwhelming your team or disrupting your current implementation. It is very realistic, and by following this phased approach, you can start achieving significant results quickly while building towards a comprehensive, fully automated system. So there you have it, a complete guide to tripling your sales calls without hiring anyone using an AI sales infrastructure. By implementing the system we've outlined, you can now transform your sales process, handling significantly more sales calls without increasing your team size, while actually improving the quality and results. Now, if you want to see a specific example of AI sales automation in action, check out my video, the 5 AI automations that actually work and make you money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.